Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be concluding out this massive article of a behemoth talking about a lot of the behind the scenes and official interviews from the cast of Ahsoka, Dave Filoni himself, talking about the potential of continuing on the Ahsoka story with a season 2. This here is our third and final part of this overall interview slash article, of by which I'll have linked in the description down below, and we're really going to pick it back up from where we left off here. The other two parts I already have here out live on the channel, you guys can also check those out there as well. As a read, there was also a lot of talk about a potential second season of the Ahsoka show. Rosario Dawson says that she wants to continue playing the character, of course, for the rest of her life, and though nothing has been confirmed yet, she believes that Lucasfilm is keen to a greenlighting of it for continuing on Ahsoka with the season 2. She also has revealed that Dave Filoni is actually already working on a potential pitch for an outline for season 2 of Ahsoka. Rosario Dawson says that, end quote, I mean, they haven't said anything officially, but I remember when we were at Star Wars Celebration in London, and they were like, we're going to be giving Dave Filoni a movie, and I was like, I kind of feel like that means that they're probably going to get a second season of Ahsoka. And for a while now, especially now with the strike and everything, no one can say anything, but he did say that he was working on an outline, so we'll see. Ending that quote right there. This is something that we have actually already discussed here on the channel, and something that I would love to expand a whole lot more on here on the channel in a separate feature video here, so all the more reason to grab that subscribe button and that notification bell if you haven't already. But Rosario Dawson kind of just blatantly reveals and kind of confirms that Dave Filoni is working on an Ahsoka season 2, with script writing it and early development of an Ahsoka season 2, with actually putting pen to paper. So that being said, and not to mention Dave Filoni's big Lucasfilm promotion to the chief creative officer, putting in him in a much larger role at Lucasfilm overall, of where he's able to make those kinds of decisions, I think says a lot, and I think that we're in for a treat for an Ahsoka season 2 actually becoming a reality. Also, speaking of an Ahsoka season 2, Dave Filoni also spoke about Balin Skull and the late Ray Stevenson, touching on that final scene in particular that we see in Ahsoka episode 8, the finale. Dave Filoni says that, end quote, you have to be careful with that. I know it's a very specific group of people that would even know what those statues are, the Mortis gods, but I thought it was an exciting image, and it does give you the shape of what Balin was actually after. He's a person that's survived the Clone Wars, and that was trained in the waxing waning days of the Jedi Knights, just like Anakin. He saw his order, his way of life fall apart, and he's basically deemed it as a failure. That way and that order did not work, that it's not something worth resurrecting, which is why he tells Shin, his apprentice, I didn't teach you to be a Jedi, I taught you to do something more. He's tried to make these teachings that he's learned as a young person and create his own way of being, and he's looked at the cycle of things and has said, enough with this. If I have this power, I would use it. I should be the one making decisions, which really a lot of people with power decide that's the way to go. He's also very certain that what he's doing now is the right thing. Obviously, there's a story there. We're in a wait and see pattern at this point, but I'm glad that the conversation is about Rey and how great he was. I used to have a mini debates with him and say, Rey, you're the villain here. And he'd be like, I don't think so. And I was like, I know that you don't think so, but you are. I love that you're playing it like you're not, which is exactly the way Balin thinks. Ending that quote right there. Really, like all of us, Dave Filoni is deeply saddened by Ray Stevenson's passing, and that he's never going to see what people felt about his performance and the story that he's brought to a galaxy far, far away. And I think as we can all kind of tell there at the beginning of the quotes, Dave Filoni goes on and confirms that, well, there's definitely a story that he had planned for Ray Stevenson's Balin Skull. It just doesn't really seem to be that much of a reality to ever become, true or ever fully unfold ever since Ray Stevenson's unfortunate passing. And I think I speak for a lot of us fans out there, and if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section down below. I don't think that any of us would really want anyone else except for Ray Stevenson to take on that Balin Skull role. Dave Filoni discusses more about Ray Stevenson and his experience working together on the Ahsoka show, end quote, I think that he would have been over the moon. The big regret here is that he didn't get to experience that. I'm glad he was at Star Wars Celebration though with us, that he got to see the trailer and get a taste of that from the fans, and they've been nothing but wonderful about Rey and the character. Getting that quote right there from Dave Filoni. It's really overall and well-rounded. It's unfortunate, the unfortunate passing of Ray Stevenson, just not really being able to see the true arc and that true story continue on and unfold with Balin Skull and his overall character. Dave Filoni, as I had also mentioned, confirms that, well, yeah, there was a story and a direction that they were going with that and wanting to take that there as well. Now, whether that would be something unfolded or expanded on more, explained more, much rather in future projects like an Ahsoka Season 2, or if it was going to be kind of something saved for his own Dave Filoni big Mandoverse movie, it's just something that's kind of up in the air. Continuing on and shifting gears here, finally, Natasha Liu Bordizzo, who plays live-action Sabine in the Ahsoka show, also spoke about how she brought some of her own experiences to set when taking on this older version of the character of Sabine. It was easier than perhaps that she had actually expected, as Sabine is around 28 years old in the Ahsoka show, the same age as the actress, Natasha. Natasha Bordizzo says that, in quote, "We're the same age, actually, Sabine and I. I was 28 when we shot it, and everything I was going through in life and at that age, I wanted to channel it. She wasn't really a teenager anymore, but she's still someone who needs guidance. Where I was in at my life was very parallel to her. I was just at a big crossroads. Your late 20s can kind of be rough. You're getting past a lot of stuff that used to interest you and moving you into the next chapter. The Force and Sabine trying to achieve being, using the Force was such a metaphor for me of trying to achieve that groundness in real life. It just made me laugh. A lot of the time I would read the episodes and be like, I can relate to that. Obviously, I am not trying to achieve the Force, but it's all related. I mean, that quote right there. It's a very interesting idea that Natasha Bordizzo brings up there, and to kind of comparing and contrasting, well, real life versus these characters of, in the Star Wars galaxy ever since A New Hope. I think that's exactly what George Lucas was trying to kind of go for with his target audience of these teenagers with Luke Skywalker and, trying to move on to their next step and their next chapter of life, but something was, holding them back. And in comparison, that's exactly what we saw with Luke, and kind of relating to that in real life. Natasha had also spoke about her hope that Sabine's character can continue to evolve past her tendency to be stubborn with lots of walls up, laminating the lack of time to have that level of character growth in an 8-episode season with plenty else actually going on outside of it. She says that, in quote, hopefully that can evolve. It didn't have enough time to evolve that much in season 1, because as you're learning about these characters, they're also going through crazy upheaval and war and problems, so we'll see where that goes. I mean, that quote right there. Also, into the regards of a little bit about, well, there, it's short and sweet, that's just how the show was kind of laid out, so maybe that could be something of a tidbit for like longer episodes for future seasons of not just the Ahsoka show, but also for any Disney Plus project as well. It always feels to be a common complaint from many fans, and now we're even kind of getting, I'm not necessarily, putting words in her mouth or saying that she's complaining, but you guys kind of see of where they're limited with their storytelling, with only having those 8 episodes and then having so much other things going on. There's an awful lot to unpack here in this overall interview and articles by which we've been covering here on the channel for the last 3 videos at this point. We have this article linked in the description down below, but it's nice to hear the creator and the cast be able to speak about Ahsoka at last now that the strikes are over. Hopefully it's not too long before we hear about Ahsoka Season 2 with an official confirmation and an announcement, especially now that Dave Filoni has been promoted to Chief Creative Officer over at Lucasfilm. Guys, this year all being said, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions and theories in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. What do you guys want to see with the future of Star Wars and these characters of the Ahsoka show, Dave Filoni moving forward, the Mandalorian, the overall Mandoverse, Balin Skull? I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an official Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.